Matcha, matcha, matcha. You've probably heard of matcha before.
Does matcha actually have the health benefits people are raving about?
It's one of the trendiest superfoods right now in the world of wellness and has picked up major steam within the past 5 years on both Google searches and your Instagram feed. But what exactly is matcha and why is everyone so obsessed with it?
Holy smokes, that's tasty.
That's good.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Skylife. In this video I'm going to be trying matcha for 1 week to see if it can help me have better energy and focus. When I drink coffee, I experienced a major energy crash and I was getting into a pretty bad habit with drinking too much coffee and just feeling really crappy from drinking it so much. So I've been researching alternatives to coffee, and matcha is one that always comes up. The information that I have come across so far on matcha is really promising. We will be diving into some of the health benefits and the research behind it. But first of all, what the heck is matcha? Matcha is a powdered form of green tea that's been ceremoniously prepared and enjoyed for hundreds of years in Asian cultures. Matcha is thought to have originated in China during the Tang Dynasty and was brought to Japan soon after. Matcha is made by taking the young leaves of the green tea plant and grinding them up into a fine powder that is then whisked in hot water. Matcha has been shown to increase energy, provide calm focus, improve skin health, boost metabolism, and even improve oral hygiene. In Japanese culture, preparing and drinking matcha has traditionally been a mindfulness practice to promote harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. In order to learn how to prepare matcha myself, I paid a visit to my friends Robbie and Steve, who started a matcha brand called Tenzo, and learned from matcha masters in Japan how to make matcha properly in a mindful way. First, I want to know kind of why you started Tenzo Tea and why you're passionate about sharing matcha.
We started Tenzo to share healthy energy with the world. Rob and I were like addicted to coffee and pre-workouts and drinking a lot of Red Bull and stuff that's not very good for you. We tried it out for ourselves consistently and it made a huge difference in our lives. And we want to spread that same feeling that we got to other people.
Why do you practice a daily ritual of making matcha? Like, what does that bring to your life?
Matcha is a very beautiful product. So it has hundreds of years of tradition in the mindfulness and preparation. Sitting down to actually prepare your matcha with a whisk, really old school. It gives you a second to balance yourself and find inner peace and really clear your head for the day.
So now what do we do with
Cool.
our matcha powder?
All right, well, we'll start by adding about a ½ inch of water into our bowl.
2 ounces.
About 2 ounces of water.
It smells so good. So now we take how much?
Yep, so we're gonna grab our little
Scooper thing.
The goal is here, we're looking for like a 1/2 teaspoon. So I actually have a teaspoon, but these are traditional bamboo scoopers from Japan.
Like
so
this?
It's a perfect scoop, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
put it in.
Yep.
Put it in.
Whee! Beautiful, what's next?
So we're taking our whisk off the whisk stand.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is you wanna do like M's and W's.
It's a quick wrist motion, lightly brush the bottom of the bowl. You don't wanna hit it too hard, but you're just kind of making sure all that matcha gets suspended in the water. And when it's done, it's nice frothy top.
Frothy. I love that word, frothy.
You can go a little lighter on the bottom there.
Oh,
Just
okay.
keep it nice and
Whoop.
nice. Now that we have our Tenzo shot ready to go, we're gonna add some more water to top it off and finish our Tenzo tea.
Okay. So before you started drinking matcha, were you guys addicted to coffee? What's that story?
We're both athletes. We're both spent a lot of our lives trying to be the best versions of ourselves. We were always looking for that substance or that drink that was gonna get us to our peak performance level. And for a long time, that was coffee, that was pre-workouts. What we realized is that the coffee and all these chemically loaded pre-workouts were really disservicing us because it left us with a terrible headache and a terrible, weird, wrenching feeling in our stomach. And the crash came so quickly that we couldn't even finish a volleyball match with a sustained energy. In matcha, the energy experience is very flat, so you don't ever go crazy high roller coaster. It's very consistent over time.
So are we ready to enjoy this matcha?
Let's do
I think
it.
it's time.
Do it.
Cheers.
To matcha and health.
Yes.
Health to all. It's kind of a perfect temperature. That's really good. It just gives you like a nice
Warm
feeling.
feeling,
Yeah. Especially with these lovely bowls. These are so pretty. It just feels so connected, like you're connected to what you're consuming. I really just want to put positive intention to every cup of matcha I drink this week. That's my intention for this. Thank you guys so much for showing me what's up with how to make matcha. This was so enjoyable and it tastes freaking amazing. So one more cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
After learning how to make matcha, I was excited to incorporate this mindfulness practice into my morning routine. So as part of the Tenzo starter kit that the guys gave me, there is also this really adorable little graphic with all the different ways that you can make matcha. I am going to make an ice latte right now, and I have my jar of ice. I'm just gonna fill this up with the oat milk and then add the matcha to it. Easy peasy, matcha squeezy. It looks so pretty. I'm just gonna stir this up a little bit and let's try it. That is so good. I'm so used to just ordering lattes out at cafes and never actually making my own matcha latte, which is way easier than I thought. I'm going to enjoy this latte and then I am going to see how I feel in a few hours to see if this does actually give me sustained energy.
6 hours later.
I'm honestly feeling really good. I'm feeling super focused. I'm feeling really productive today and I have not yet gotten an energy crash. I think the matcha is working. We'll see how the rest of the week goes, but I'm optimistic. As I began to notice some of the benefits of matcha, I wanted to dive deeper into the research to see if there was actually any evidence to support what I was feeling. Okay, so the scientific case for matcha, based on the research I'm finding, is looking really good. A lot of the research that exists is sort of about green tea or the properties in green tea, but matcha is a more concentrated, potent form of green tea. So what I'm seeing is that it has so many different health benefits with all this research behind it. There's like too much to even dive into. Matcha does contain caffeine. It's a bit less than coffee, but what makes matcha special are some of the compounds in matcha that have some major health benefits, including l-theanine, an amino acid that has been shown to help reduce anxiety and provide a calm focus. Matcha is also rich in polyphenols and catechins, a class of powerful antioxidants, particularly one called EGCG, which has been shown to boost metabolism and improve both cardiovascular health and brain health. One study even found that drinking matcha resulted in improved attention, reaction time, and memory compared to a placebo. So I've been learning about how great matcha is for your skin, and I've also read that you can actually apply it to your face. So I'm gonna actually try and put a little bit of the matcha powder in the clay mask that I normally do once a week. I'm just gonna do a little experiment and a little chemistry and see how my skin feels. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. It made my face mask so much prettier. Normally it's this ugly gray color. I kind of miss a little spot on my nose. I should get that. We want to get all of the spots to have beautiful skin in every pore. There we go, that's better. So I'm gonna wash it off in a bit and we'll see how my skin feels when I wash it off.
A few moments later.
My skin feels so good after that. It looks red because that's what happens with the clay mask. It always just makes it a little bit red after because it kind of pulls everything out of your face. But I feel like my skin is so soft. I'm gonna start adding matcha to all my face masks now. That was such a good call. I did something bad. I got a dirty matcha. I know I'm not supposed to be having coffee this week, but I was craving a dirty matcha so much. While I really love matcha on its own, I just love that matcha with that little shot of espresso in there. Oh, I thought also it would be curious to see how I feel after drinking this dirty matcha after having just been drinking regular matcha all week to see if I do see a noticeable difference.
2 hours later.
I do feel like focused, but I feel more jittery than I do when I just drink matcha on its own. It's interesting how not having any coffee prior to this for the beginning of the week and now just having it today, I just feel this like noticeable difference. I've thoroughly enjoyed all of the different ways I've consumed matcha this week, iced, hot, latte, etc. And now we gotta try a smoothie. Okay, so we're gonna do a green smoothie with kale, half an avocado, frozen banana, and the reason why I use frozen fruit for smoothies is so you can create this nice thick milkshakey consistency, some brain octane oil, MCT oil, spirulina, collagen protein, and of course our matcha. Okay, all the ingredients are in the blender, and now I'm just gonna add some flax milk. Just enough to blend it because I like my smoothies to be thick. Oh my gosh, that's so damn good. Oh my, One of my favorite things when I was a young teen was a green tea frappuccino from Starbucks, which we now know is extremely unhealthy and filled with sugar and all sorts of stuff you don't want to be putting in your body. But this kind of tastes like that. Like, it tastes like that green tea ice creamy goodness. You have to try this recipe. It is life-changing. Oh my god. So what are my final thoughts on matcha? I am even more obsessed with this drink than I already was before. I always loved the taste of matcha, but until developing a consistent morning routine and ritual, incorporating a mindfulness practice into making matcha, I didn't really understand how powerful this superfood really is. We hear the buzzword superfood all the time. We hear the buzzword matcha all the time, and after actually looking into some of the research behind it and measuring how I feel after drinking it consistently and not drinking coffee, I love it and I'm gonna keep drinking it. I love how it's made me feel. Also, I'm totally gonna keep adding matcha to my face masks once a week when I do them, because that was great. That made my skin feel so good, and it makes me want to make like a matcha mud mask product now. Hit that like button and comment below if maybe you want a little Skylife matcha mud mask. Maybe that will be my first product. Now all the wheels are turning in my head of endless possibilities for matcha skincare products. Okay, now I need to tell you about a really exciting special offer that the Tenzo guys are giving the Skylife audience. You can receive 20% off the entire Tenzo site, including their starter kit, which was the matcha, the bamboo stick, and the whisk that you saw me making my matcha with every day, as well as any of their products. You can get 20% off the whole site with the code SKY. So I'm gonna put a link in the video description so you can go check out their site, and be sure to also check out their health benefits page, because they link to all of the studies, and it's really interesting to see that they actually have done the research and are passionate about educating their consumers about their product. And please let me know if you do try out their matcha and if you like it, and if anybody else out there drinks matcha. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this up and coming health trend. All right, that is it for this episode of Skylife. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you have the power to thrive. You have the power to live your best life ever. I will see you next week. Bye.